Hey guys, it's Joey Gaming. Welcome back to the Joey Gaming YouTube channel. Today I have a video for you all that is going to be a little bit controversial. Like, this is probably going to be on the same level as the Call Me Carson situation, which we haven't heard anything from. Well, we did hear about stuff about his editor coming out and saying that he's safe, but there's nothing else I can really talk about that. So yeah, it's kind of controversial, all right. But my opinion is that I side with John Swan, and I will explain why within a few minutes. But before I can say anything else, 97% of my viewers are not subscribed to this YouTube channel. So if you're part of that 97%, which is very likely, then please consider subscribing to the Joey Gaming YouTube channel. I do videos like this every single day, and I put a lot of work and effort into my videos, and if you don't like my content in the future, you can always unsubscribe. So how about it? Give my channel a subscribe, because I'm only 400 subscribers away from, 3K, and I would love to reach that. But now let's get to the meat and potatoes of this video. So there's this drama going around. Everyone knows who Dream is, right? He's the famous speedrunner. He had some controversy earlier in the year for, faking his speedruns. I'm not gonna say if those speedruns were fake or not, because honestly, I only looked into the situation a little bit, and at the time when this whole situation was going on, I was kind of busy with some other stuff, so I wasn't able to cover that when that was going on. So I'm not gonna say anything about that. But I'm just going to say, hey, I side with John Swan. And if you don't know who John Swan is, John Swan's a YouTube commentator. He does commentaries like, me, let me think, Optimus, Leafy is here. He does commentaries like that. And he, honestly, for his famous work, he was involved in the Suzy Lou drama like a while back ago. That's when I first known about John Swan, and I started subscribing to John Swan was back in, back in 2020 when the Suzy Lou drama was going on, or the Suzy Lou war, or whatever you want to call that. That's what's going on. I know John Swan for quite a while. And recently, him and Dream were in some drama recently, and I have a Twitter thread that I'm going to show off. I'm going to show you guys some screenshots from Reddit. I have some videos I'm going to show and play for a little bit, but it's going to be a pretty interesting video. So this video might be like 20 minutes long while I cover everything. I'm going to be reading, and I don't know, just all I'm saying is get cozy, because there's a lot of stuff, and I'll explain why I support why I support John Swan in this whole situation. Alright, so let me see, alright. So on Reddit, Dream announced and posted this, and he said, "This guy is bad news. A while back, right after I had an interview with him for a Minecraft documentary, he changed his profile picture and name on Discord to mine and started DMing people pretending to be me. He sent people the N-word and a lot of other stuff. As well, he said some sexual stuff while claiming that it was me, and giving his main Twitter to vouch. While he would then, from his main Twitter, he would vouch that it was me and say that we were amazing friends and link the documentary to approve it. Once I confronted him about it, very nicely given the circumstances, he said that his friends had hacked his account and done it. And I didn't reply to him, and I unfollowed him, and I don't think he is super fond of me since then." Keep in mind, guys, this was on Reddit, and nowhere else. This is what he posted. So basically, I'll give you a rundown on what happened. So basically, according to Dream, in this whole situation, John Swan did a Minecraft documentary with Dream, which was true, which was provenly and fact checked, which is true. They did film a Minecraft documentary. I haven't personally seen it, but according to Tipster, it was really good, and I might have to take a look after I'm done editing this video and filming this video. But basically, what's going on is, yeah, that's what's going on. Somebody hacked John Swan and made him, created another account pretending to be Dream, or hacked John Swan's account and changed everything to be Dream and stuff related, and then deceived his fans, send them the N-word, said some sexual stuff, not too good stuff. Meanwhile, John Swan was pretending it got hacked and stuff, even though it's not. At first, I was like, I didn't really make my decision here, because there's a lot more other stuff that could be part of it. John Swan took a screenshot of the whole entire of the Reddit post and said this on Twitter. Dream has made some accusations about me on Reddit to try and to smear my credibility. So I will respond here in detail to ensure that everything is perfectly clear. Back probably a year ago, I was visiting some family friends. One of the guys I was talking to was much younger than me and wanted to know about YouTube and what I did to make videos. Since I didn't have my PC with me, I logged into Discord on his laptop, and I showed him some things that I had screenshot and sent to other people before I left. I foolishly didn't log out of my account. He decided it would be a good idea to start trolling on my account with his friends, and used an old account as well as my account to have conversations with 3 different people. One of them was Harley TBSYT. I don't know how to pronounce that, but you know, whatever. He used an old account, changed his name and profile to Dream, and started saying some really strange stuff. It was like 12-year-old humor. I was told the N-word was said, but I have seen no evidence of that. But I did find convos about a Minecraft sex mod and some other weird crap. As soon as I found out about it, I logged out of my Discord on all accounts, and I called up his parents of the guy who was involved. I spoke to him and explained to him how this stuff could have great impacts on other people, but he was young and didn't get that. But I did get him to change the account back and erase the conversations as far as I know. He only messaged one person as Dream, that being Harley, since he was the only person that was engaging at the time. That's the context of the situation, which I explained to Dream a bit in much less detail. Really effed up that he would try to twist it like this. There was no vouching on my main Twitter as well. That's just a lie, and didn't happen. This was extremely Discord. To present the story that this was a big thing where I messaged multiple people as Dream to try and ruin him in a untrue, it shows his true character. The testimony from the person who took the information to Dream in the first place. And then he linked another, he linked the person, and she said, from listening to John's testimony and explaining the events, I would like to say publicly that I was one of the people who was intentionally contacted by Dream with the information. I do not believe John sent those messages. Dream is twisting it. So we have these people over here. So first of all, sorry guys, I can't breathe, alright? I absolutely suck and I absolutely hate reading out loud. I hope you guys understand that. Alright, that's probably the most I've ever read outside of, you know, school when I was younger. So, yeah, I don't really read out loud much, alright? So that took a lot of patience to get through, alright? I'm kind of out of breath. But all I'm going to say is that John Swan is, like, honestly, when I first heard this, it sounded a little sus. Because it sounds like an excuse for John Swan to get away because, I don't know, like your cousin getting in and hacking it. It's like the same excuse as like, oh yeah, my cousin or my brother hacked my account and said that to you. It's not my fault. I understand that, but I don't know. But this next part made me convinced that this was his, you know, his one of his friends or whatever. Well, not friends, but his one of his friends' brother or whatever. And this, I lost a bet Hurley said this, alright? There's this video I want to show off, and the next tweet says more testimony. And this is what, and then John Swan quote tweeted a video by Harley, I think that's how you pronounce it, about the issue, and this is what he had to say about the situation.
Just wanted to hop on and speak about the John Swan thing because I think I have a few things to explain in that situation. But back when I first met John, before I knew him, I received some messages from his account, which included a account that was called Dream, right? And I messaged the account called Dream, and it sent me the N-word along with other things, right? So not knowing John, I sent that to Dream, and since then I believe that I was partially responsible for the fact that Dream now believes that John did all these things, because when I spoke to John, and John clarified, I didn't believe him because it seemed like he was using an excuse. But I don't believe that John is responsible for anything, okay? I believe that Obviously, it was probably someone else, seeing how the words were written now and knowing John a lot better. So I don't hold John responsible, but I do hold myself partially responsible for what Dream believes now. However, I do believe the way that Dream has represented it, including cutting a lot of context and trying to turn it into John being unfollowed sort of thing, I feel like that's kind of scummy.
So after this video, I was slightly more convinced about this whole situation, saying, hey, I was kind of leaning towards John Swan, but I wasn't completely sure. Optimus actually stepped in and said something. If you don't know who Optimus is, he does similar content to me, but he's obviously way bigger. And I don't know, I'm kind of an Optimus clone if I'm being honest. But yeah, my boy came out and said this. Hold on, let me go find it. I lost it again. Let me go. I don't know why I do this. But I always have my tweets loaded up on my computer, but then I get a notification, I checked it, and then I have to go back to the page to find it. But Optimus said over here, as somebody who has personally spoken to John Swan several times / collaborated with him, I generally don't believe he'll do what Dream is accusing him of publicly. The fact that he has spun this to make John look like a bad person goes against everything I have ever seen from John. And you know what? I kind of have to agree I have to kind of agree with Optimus over here, and also Optimus said in his video that he doesn't see that, and I'll play that clip right now.
Who has spoken to John Swan multiple times, okay? I've collaborated with him, the Commentary Crusade, which has become one of my most popular videos. John Swan was probably the second biggest influence on that video. Not only did he name it, he made the intro for it, and he contributed to the video pretty heavily, so I have had a decent amount of interaction with John Swan. I have to say, as someone, you know, of course I've never met him in person or anything, but like as people, I guess, who are friends on the internet or whatever, I cannot imagine John Swan doing something like this. I cannot imagine for any reason John Swan trolling Dream in this manner, saying the N-word, saying this weird sexual stuff. From my run-ins with John Swan, which in the grand scheme of things are quite limited, it just doesn't seem like something that would be in his character. John Swan has always been very professional around me. He's always been pretty nice to me. Of course, there's probably people out there on YouTube who've had much more interaction with him, but I will say, reading that story, it doesn't sound like the John Swan that I know, of course.
So that's what Optimus said in his video. I'll leave a card on top right to check it out. He did a really good video explaining everything, and yeah, what Optimus said was pretty true. He worked with what's his name? He worked with John Swan in the past to make his Commentary Crusade video on Pokimane, which it was an amazing video. I haven't watched all of it because it was like an hour long, and there was a lot of content creators in that video, and anyways, it was just a long video, and I kind of agree with you, because I've subscribed to John Swan since the Suzy Lou drama, and I never seen anything like this before. So it's pretty interesting on how that happened. So the next thing that happens is that John Swan posts images of people trying to hack his Twitter. So you can see that a lot of people are hacking his Twitter, and also John Swan needs to go to bed. Why is he up 3 in the morning? That's my question. All right, but to be fair, I'm no better. So, oh well. So people are hacking him, and that's what's going on. The next thing that happens is that Keemstar gets online, and if you know anything between John Swan and Keemstar, they don't really like each other. Well, Keemstar doesn't like John Swan for some reason, and he actually blocked John Swan from Keemstar, which is a little interesting. And basically, he's attacking John Swan, and which is okay, I guess. It's okay to have your opinion, but the reply that John Swan had made me put the icing on the cake and why I side with John Swan. And of course, Keemstar doesn't like John Swan, so he's gonna make a video defending, defending Dream, but you know all that stuff. I'll play the video right now, and I'll continue talking after the video.
The Minecraft YouTuber Dream is getting criticism and hate right now, and it's unjustly and it's unfair because Dream is the actual victim in this situation. Let me explain. John Swan and Dream, a year ago, they get into a call, they do a collaboration on a documentary about Minecraft, right? That's how they meet each other on Discord. Then shortly after that, For some reason, John Swan starts messaging Dream's fans saying sexual stuff and racist stuff, and a fake Dream account starts doing the same thing, and they're working together. Now, Dream sees this, confronts John Swan about this, and John Swan says, look, man, my friend was on my account. I showed other people my account. I was still logged into Discord. They got on the account. They're the ones that made the fake Dream account, and they were the ones that were on my account saying this stuff. I'm sorry. That was the end of it, right? But now, let's fast forward a year forward. John Swan is making multiple videos criticizing Dream, whether it's legitimate or not. I haven't seen the content. So Dream gets a little defensive, makes a Reddit post saying, this guy's not acting in good faith. This is what happened a year ago. He was saying sexual stuff to my fans, and then he claimed he was hacked, right? So John Swan sees this Reddit post, by the way, only has 20 likes, makes a post on Twitter and says, look what Dream is trying to do to me. He's trying to ruin my credibility. And now I see the commentary community defending John Swan like John Swan is the victim in the situation. No! Dream is the victim in this situation. Dream's fans were the victim in this situation. And Dream doesn't have an obligation to believe John Swan's story or John Swan's story or whatever you say his fucking name. That's absolutely ridiculous. And I see the commentary community saying, well, Dream stans will just believe whatever he says and Dream stans will just support Dream. The commentary community has stans too. You're all brain dead. You're not looking at the situation logically. You're acting like fucking stans and you're just taking John Swan's side when John Swan can't be the victim. It's impossible for him to be the victim. Dream does not have an obligation to believe John Swan's story. Dream is the victim in this situation, and John Swan is not the victim. End of story.
After that video was published on Twitter, John Swan, can't speak. John Swan quote tweeted the tweet and said, 1. I have never made any videos on Dream. 2. This happened with one person. The fake Dream account messaged one person. The phrasing here makes it sound like this happened multiple times, and that it was repeated. And 3. Where's the French girl interview? And you know what? This was kind of the tweet that made me decide that I'm gonna defend John Swan because you know what, Dream, his stands could be a little bit insane. I'm saying this here. Dream stands can absolutely be insane now. I'm not saying all stands are like this. I'm just saying like some. All right, some of them will absolutely believe it, and I believe that's any audience. Like honestly, Keemstar, shut the f up. Like, honestly, I honestly don't know why you're talking. Because, honestly, you're really making fun of the commentary community at this point. Like, why? Like, honestly, you're just defending Dream because you don't like John Swan. Seriously, honestly, I know you don't like John Swan, but you seriously have to throw him under the bus like that? Oh my gosh. But for real, though, I'm gonna end the video here. But for real, I can't speak. Yeah, I'm going to end the video here before I say anything else dumb. But anyways, all I'm going to say is I side with John Swan in this whole situation. And Dream, I don't know if Dream's just saying this just to make John Swan look bad, or if there's a big misunderstanding. Or, I don't know. I kind of favor the option. I don't know. I honestly, I honestly think that there might be a misunderstanding where they might be saying, Dream might be saying this and thinking, hey, this actually happened, even though it's John Swan's thing, but that's what I'm saying is, yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this extra long video. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and follow me on Twitter, join my Discord and all that, and see ya. Bye.